Okay, I had to stop because as soon as I got to going, my husband called. And then he was like, why you got a bad attitude? So he has a boil on his arm. And he used to get boils all the time. But he got a boil because of eating watermelon. Because little did I know that and this is after being married 30 years, he's allergic to watermelon. However, he eats it because most watermelons are genetically modified because, of course, they have new seeds in them, whatever. So he can eat those. But I've been buying the watermelons at the farmer's market, so they're 100% organic. So he's been having a reaction, didn't understand why he was having a reaction because he's been eating them for years now. So interesting. So anyway, he ended up with a boil. And it kept getting bigger. He don't listen to nothing anybody says. Yesterday he decided he wanted to try to bust it, which went nowhere. Painful, but went nowhere. I said, you should probably go to the doctor, have him lance it, get an antibiotic. He's digging in hopefully if y'all have spouses or dads or some shit that men do, I think. Sorry for any man that may be watching this, but he's digging in the medicine cabinet, trying to find some antibiotics, old antibiotics that aren't expired. And he finds a bottle that has one antibiotic. So he takes it like that's going to do something, right? But fine, whatever. So finally, by the time it's time for him to take me to the airport, he finally is like not feeling well, is feeling some type of way. So he's like, maybe I will go to urgent care because I'm not really feeling that well. Okay, great. So he drops me off, goes to urgent care. Well, good morning. He doesn't actually go to urgent care. He ends up in the ER because his silly ass doesn't know the difference in going to urgent care and going to the ER. He's like, it's the same thing. Nope, not the same thing. So next thing, by the time I land, I've got text messages of him on a gurney, hooked up an IV. Thumbs up. They said it was getting infected. And so they hooked him up to an IV with some pretty strong antibiotics because they said it was getting infected, which is what he wanted because he's headed to San Diego today with his retirement crew. That's a whole nother thing. So I'm like, okay, good. Let me know what's going on. Well, I see him, pinging stuff on Facebook and Instagram. So then when my aunt comes and gets me and we're in the car, I try to call him. And he's like, yeah, I can't talk. He goes, I just realized I only have like 5% battery left. Nick, bro, are you kidding me right now? He's like, but I'm okay. But he's like, I can't, I only got 5% battery left. I'm like, I just can't with him. So 5% battery. I get home, whatever. Get to my aunt's. My cousin and I chop it up for a little bit. And, good morning. Chop it up a little bit. And then we decided to go get something to eat. It's almost 9 o'clock, so we had to go get some fast food, which I hate. We went to get Pollo Loco, if you know Pollo Loco is. That stuff was nasty. I got a Wing Lovers, which I used to love. But, it was just, ugh. Anyway, whole nother. Me and my eating. So he finally calls. He's home. And I said, did they lance it? Give me the deets. Because I hadn't actually talked to him. It's just been this mini text messages. So he abruptly tells me, oh, yeah, I've been there for 4 hours. Hadn't seen the doctor yet. And I got tired of waiting. He said, so I unplugged myself and I left. I said, you left? He said, yeah. He said, man, I've been there for 4 hours. He said, I sat. I got the IV, which is what I wanted. I got the antibiotics. My arm stopped hurting. I felt better. I got hydrated. He was like, man, I was low man on the totem pole. He goes in the emergency. He goes, there are people that really need to be there. He goes, I should have taken my ass. He goes to whatever that other thing is that I don't even know what it is. But apparently I should have gone there instead. He said, but I got what I needed. He goes, I would have wanted the doctor to look at it, maybe Lancet. He goes, but I was there for 4 hours. He was like, shit, I got somewhere to be tomorrow. I got stuff I got to do. He goes, I got to pick up at 6:30 in the morning. I got my trip tomorrow to San Diego with the retirement crew. He was like, I was like, I got to go. So he said, I just unhooked myself, rummaged in the drawer, found me a Band-Aid, put a Band-Aid on where I took the needle out of for the IV. He was like, and I left. How about that? He says, so I'm going to bed. I'll call you tomorrow. Love you, bye. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So then literally, couldn't have been, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes later, my phone rings. It's the doctor from the ER looking for him. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I must have the wrong number. I said, no, you have the right number. I said, well, you have the right and wrong number. I said, you're looking for my husband. I was like, his phone number is the exact same as mine. The last digit is just different. So I told him what it was, and it's 5, right? I was like, it's 5. And he goes, oh, okay. I said, so you can call him. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, your phone's in the system. I said, yeah, because he didn't answer his phone. I said, so he likely won't answer the phone. I said, so I have them call me. So either I can help them, or at least I can alert him that they're calling. Because I said, otherwise he didn't answer the phone. He was like, oh, okay. And I just kind of chuckled because I was like, good luck with that, because he's going to bed. So he's not going to answer the phone. And so he didn't. So I talked to him this morning. I said, I'm calling. How you feeling? I feel great. He was already up on his way to the train station to meet his crew, his retirement crew, to go for their day trip to San Diego, of which he bought a scooter. Now, mind you, my husband is not old. And he's lazy, but he's not old. And he didn't have any real health issues. And
Good morning.
Good morning. Several of the people that he used to work with are retired. They do have some health issues. So there's some folks that are on walkers or severely overweight or whatever. And so one of them or two of them said they had scooters. This fool goes online and finds a scooter. Says he's getting a scooter too. So he gets a scooter. Then he gets a boom box to go on the scooter because he said he wants his music. Then he asked me, do you want a scooter? I was like, first of all, hell no. I don't want a damn scooter. And 2, why do you have a scooter? They're gonna try to walk the shit out of us, and I'm not doing all that. So a couple of people got scooters. I decided I'd get a scooter too. He's like, I was gonna get you one, but I ain't sure you want one. I don't want one, I'm good. I can walk, you can walk. So he's off today good morning. He's off today to San Diego. They're taking the train, and they are spending the day in San Diego, going to lunch. I guess they're going to go it's about an hour and a half train ride or something like that. So they're going to get breakfast, and then the guy who put it all together has a whole laundry list of things he wants to do, which he was like, I don't know why he created this major list of shit. He was like, which half them people ain't gonna want to do. He was like, and I said, well, they got scooters, so shouldn't be a problem. They got scooters. So it's gonna be interesting. I was supposed to go, and I originally was like, I don't really want to go. It's not my crew. Nice people, really nice people. They've known each other for eons because, of course, a lot of them worked together for 30 plus years. So they've known each other. They've grown up together. So they have a really great and unique relationship. Put the phone back over here because that sun coming that way is a lot. So they've grown up together. And everyone is super nice and all that, but it ain't my, I'm just kind of there and laughing at them or whatever. So I wasn't really wanting to go, but he was like, oh, you can, come go. Because my husband acts like he don't like to go anywhere if I don't go. Well, then when my aunt ended up having to have surgery and happened to be on the same day, I was like, yeah, I'm out. I gotta go do that. So he is going without me. He'll have more fun, I think, without me. And but he's probably gonna be a little antisocial because he said he's gonna eat with him. He said, I'm gonna ride up there with him. I'm gonna eat with him. He said, then I'm going to take the scooter and go find the cigar lounge that we like to go to down in the red light district. He said, and I'm gonna hang there until the next meal break. And then I'll meet them at the restaurant for the next meal break. He was like, and then I'll meet them at the train station to head back. He was like, but I'm not really interested in doing all the stuff they're doing. Which I was like, then why are you going? But I guess he's going because, they have a Wednesday call, retirement call, which you can't really get on unless you actually retire. They've had it for eons. My husband retired now for about 4 or 5 years, I think it is. 6 years, actually. April was 6 years because he retired in 2020. And their people are all over the place, all over the country. Most are in California because most stayed in California, but a few moved. And so they are a little over the place. So the meeting, this conference call they have every Wednesday, is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's what for the California time is, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I think most people are Central or East, Pacific, Central, East. So, that's 1 o'clock on the East, because there's one guy that he's in North Carolina. And they just sit on the phone and talk about nothing, life, medical issues, kids, the stuff that's happening at the job, the people they still deal with, the drama, the BS. It's hilarious. And so you just they just made it a big window. So people pop on and pop off. People pop on for a few hours and pop off. And people come and go. They laugh. And I guess it's something the retired people do. Because I ain't retired, so I don't know. So anyway, today's the day for the surgery. I feel like I'm a little bit in a better headspace. Not, like I said, I went into bad headspace. I just feel like I'm in this weird, like I just kind of have been in this weird space. Not bad, not good. I feel good. But I just think, I wrote an article the other day. It's called In Between. I'd read an article about this girl who kind of was having the same thing that I'm having. But I really think if I'm honest with myself, I think it has a lot to do with my nervous system. I have always been a go person. Go, 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 go. And I had a job that was super go, 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 go. And because of that, I think the lulls in being an entrepreneur in this early stage are stressing for me. Like I feel non-productive, or I don't really feel like I know what I'm supposed to do with myself, because I'm used to, I think my nervous system is so made up to just run all the time, go all the time, that in these quiet moments, I feel kind of out of sorts, right? Like I feel like, what am I supposed to be doing? Or something must be wrong. Or why don't I have 15 things to do? Why am I not as busy, right? Okay, let me see if I put the phone over here. Put the sun behind me. See if that's better. It's not better I always do these, but God, I hate them because I look a hot mess. But anyway, it's the real me. As Shirley used to say, it's the real thing. So I think it makes me feel some type of way, right? Because I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because it makes me anxious. Like I get this pit in my stomach. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be moving, and I'm not. But I think a lot of it is retraining my nervous system because, I always had a job that had me all over the place, demanding, people calling, meetings, just constant. Like, almost started before I even got up in the morning. And then I was a mom, so I had the kids and, getting everybody to school and all that, right? I traveled a lot when I was working. So I was always headed to a plane, headed to the airport. And so it was always something, right? And now it's just calmer. There's some ladies behind me that I can hear them talking. And so I feel like it's just a really interesting phase that I'm in. And yet another piece of this journey that just seems I'm going to feel a little out of sorts, honestly. Because I don't know how to just be still. And my brother tells me, he was like, he's an entrepreneur, has been forever. And he says that you have these weeks that are slow weeks. And he was like, you have to learn to appreciate those weeks because those are build weeks. He calls them build weeks. Those are weeks that you have a breather. Those are weeks that you get caught up. You are able to get caught up. You're able to focus on some stuff that you weren't able to focus on for the last run weeks. And he was like, you reorganize, you replan, you finish some stuff, you're more creative, you have some thinking time. And he was like, they're gifts to have these breaks. So he said, they're not bad, they're necessary. And he goes, your kids are growing, everybody's doing well. He was like, you need to take these. Instead of looking at us like, oh, what's wrong? You need to stop and take a breath. Grab your journal, grab your computer, go to the coffee shop, and, use that time as quiet, as rebuild. It's the build week. And it all makes sense. But every time I, get to one of those weeks and I have no meetings or one meeting, I find myself a little bit panicked. So I think that's what it is. It was good that I came to Sacramento because the last time I was here, I posted. It was so great because I was able to really get some stuff done. I had some clarity. So I'm hoping to have that again this time. But anyway, there's more people out here, so I look crazy talking to this phone. So I hope everybody has a great day. And I'll chat with you tomorrow.